Hello and welcome back to episode 3 of the Noob game programmer documentary. Here we have it, and I think last time I showed you what I had made so far with the little black square that can move around. I've made a little more for that. I'll just start by showing you where I am so far. The first thing you notice is that the window the game runs in is somewhat bigger. I've changed it to 1600 times 900 instead of the original 640 times 480. And yeah, this screen is exactly the same otherwise. So here we are. Ooh, isometric tiles. I made it myself. And we have a lot of small blue squares that weren't there last time either, and they're basically the boundary. You see, if I click, I can move the box around like last time, but if I click out here, it won't move. So yeah, that's just, I've pinned him in. Yeah, so that's the game so far. This small area you can move around on. Not much of a game, I know. We'll get there. So let me just take a look at the code. Well, you see the objects here. We have a new object, blocker. It's visible, solid. That's all. Just bugger all. It's just an object. But in the object control, in the global left pressed, we have added a bit more code. You see, last time when we were here, there was after this line. Oh yeah, this one's also new. If var is not walking, we'll only do it if we're not already walking. If we're in the middle of walking, we'll not change direction, because then we're going to end moving outside of the grid, moving half squares. That's not good. So only if the movement is finished, then we'll take a user input. And then after this one, after we got the direction, the angle, we I did something like I divided the angle by 45, made a whole number, and added 1. I found that was not really the way to go about it when you're moving in an isometric grid, because they're not going to be at, well, going vertically, that's 90 degrees, and going horizontally, that's 0 degrees and 180 degrees. But when you're going on the diagonals, you don't move at 45 degrees, you move at something close to 30 degrees. So I had to change it. So I just put up some intervals, and this is probably what hardcore programmers would consider horrible programming. I should probably use a switch somehow, but I'm not sure how. And yeah, because switches normally just take one argument, and I wanted to test if the value was between numbers. And I don't know, this was how I could figure out how to do it. So basically, like last time, we've got these integers between 1 and 8. 1 is down here again, that was the 9 before that I changed to a 1. And yeah, and then I have a switch. I take the number that I get from this code up here. The var8 direction will be set to something when I run these if statements, and I take that, and then I take the case, the number, and then I compare. I say if there is no collision, at point object player x plus 64. I mean. Comma object player y. That means we look at the coordinate 64 pixels to the right of the player. Is there a collision there with object blocker? that is true, and we don't want to compare with itself. That's how the function that goes. Then var is moving equals to 1. We start moving, and we put steps to go to 16. And we put the break in because we don't want to test. If it's case 1, we don't want to test for the rest. Default does nothing. So that is basically it. Everything else is the same as last time. Yeah, that was a short update, and I hope I'll see you next time.